Hey guys, welcome back to my show. I'm so fucking corny, and I'm also a little, elevated, I'll say. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. If you are watching for the first time, my name is Artemis. This is what I call According to Artemis. They're just my podcasts about, things that are of interest to me and just getting conversations started. Just jumping right in, just wanted to do a wellness check, check in. The last video I did was in February, and less than a month later, I myself was sent into quarantine, from work, and that's when everything kind of began and just went downhill from there. So it's been a minute, so I just wanted to check in, check in on how everyone is doing. I hope that everyone is safe. Hope that all of your families are safe. If you are people who are tuning in that I follow and follow me back, and I don't know you personally, I hope that your families are safe as well, that you're safe as well. And thank you again for tuning in. So jumping right in, last time I think where I left off, telling you guys, about the new position, new job. I posted about becoming debt-free, entering the new year debt-free, still working at that, just letting the credit, build, making better financial decisions, things like that. I'm back on my own feet. I'm in a new apartment, new city, new state, new city, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, I know that sounded pretty underwhelmed, but we'll get into that, or the reasons why in a bit. But yeah, so worked, moved out, got this apartment, and literally days later lost my father. Not my biological father. I lost when I was much younger, but my father figure, who's been a father, for many years to me after my father passed, as a kid, my biological father. So it wasn't due to the virus. He passed in his sleep. He was already sick prior. So it doesn't make it any easier, but still. So I fell off the face of the earth a little bit with that, with work, stuff like that. Just getting back into the swing of things, actually. I was recently promoted. I think the Lord I knew I needed a little bit of a hug. Just kind of something to bring my attention back to work, I feel like, to be honest. So I'm grateful for that. But literally like 2 weeks ago, I found out that my mother has the coronavirus. So we're dealing with that as a family. It's weird because up until that point, if you've been following my stories, my mother and I, we've been estranged. I haven't physically seen my mother, or let's say spoken to my mother, in close to 2 years, and it's been about 4 since the last time I've seen her, physically. So that's weird. And it's not even like I have resentment or anything, coming from why we were estranged going into now our relationship with everything going on. All I know is that's my mom and she's sick. It's just weird because I'm on the phone and I'm having conversations with her as if we've always had a relationship. And it's almost funny how things like this have to happen, or sad really, I should say, to bring families together. I'm grateful for it, but please don't let you and your families and your lives and your situations be like me. Don't let someone contracting something that could kill them potentially bring you, close to someone that you may be not speaking to. So I've gotten closer to her over these past few weeks, speaking with her every day, just making sure she's, taking care of her health, trying to boost her immune system, things like that, keeping her comfortable. I'm gonna be honest, she's not doing well. She is having difficulty breathing, sharp pains when she's breathing. The hospitals have not been much help. I won't get into that too much, but that's where we're at with things. So in the midst of all that, I've also been on like a self journey, not like a self journey, but a self journey. We had the full moon not too long ago, and I wasn't doing no witchcraft, but I did sit down and I comprised a list of things that I was going to burn in fire to, symbolize just letting go of. Fire is so symbolic. It's the literal, destruction of something that, I've done so far in my life at 26. So it was symbolic for me. And so on this self journey, if you've been feeling like you've been getting, I guess, vibes from me as a friend, I'm not changing. I'm not doing anything, falling back. I'm just, a part of my self journey is I'm not chasing after things, and we'll get right into those things. So One of the things that I let go of was letting others decide my happiness. So sometimes I'll speak for myself. I know that if we have parents, if we have siblings, if we have family, friends, whatever, when they do things that don't fit the roles that they have, or the roles we, or the actions we think that they should do because of the roles they have, we get upset. It changes our happiness. It decides our happiness. At least for me, in my experience, and I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer allowing it. The spirit of laziness, burning the spirit of laziness. The whole why put off for tomorrow what you can do today. I'm really adopting. I am no longer chasing things that are not for me. So that's the big one. So when it comes to friendships, relationships with my family, lovers, anything, that I should potentially meet, I should say I'm not chasing them. So if it's for me, it's for me. And if it's not, it's not. So I'm not chasing it. Now, I'm not saying I'm falling back again from any friendships, but I'll still check in with you. I'll reach out. If we haven't spoken, I'll reach out and I'll see, what's going on. Now, if you give me, what I call BS, saying, oh, we're busy, we all got to work. Hey, if that's your story and you're sticking to it, whatever. Who am I to judge? I, however, am aware that people make time for the things they want to make time for. So my message to everyone out there, if anyone's telling you they have not been able to see you because they've been busy, call that BS. But yeah, I'm just not chasing anything that's not for me. I'll be 30 in a few years, and I just want to really start being happy and not worrying about others to decide it. So also letting go of emotional toxicity, any form of dysfunction, and no more ignoring myself. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a little voice that tells me right from wrong, tells me when I am on the right path, tells me, when I should be paying attention to certain vibes from people, and I ignore it too often. I'm no longer doing it. And I'm not putting anyone's happiness before my own anymore. And I'm not trying to make myself out to be some saint, and I always, help people before I help myself. And I'm just saying, sometimes for me, I act a certain way so that I don't offend certain people. I act a certain way so I don't step on anyone's toes. I don't even tell people when I'm going through things. Like, in my times where I've been depressed, it was not easy for me at all to tell anyone. Many people didn't know. There are people right now who are learning, I'm sure, that my mother is sick and my father passed away through social media. Because I don't believe in burdening people. I feel like we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Everyone has a life. I don't like to add any other stress or burden to anyone. That's just not who I am. And if you know me as a person, you know that that's true. But I just have to start putting my happiness first. I'm human, so if I'm going through something, it's okay to tell people. I call my friends that I'm not happy. Same thing with all of you. I urge you, don't bottle that stuff up. Put yourself first. Don't worry about, anyone else's happiness before your own. Don't become, selfish entirely. But for me, I am going to become a bit selfish. I am what I'm calling dating myself. So I'm very much into myself, very much into my alone time, very much into these things that I'm working on each day, very much into not chasing after any friendship again, any sort of relationship at all. If you're here for me, you're here for me. But if you start to drift, I'm going to let you drift. And that's just really what it is. So this is just a wellness video. This is where I'm at. It's just a really weird place to be. Like I said, I'm very happy with my accomplishments, but it's just I'm in a weird place. I have a new home, temporarily. It's an apartment, right? In a new city, filling out a new city. I have to work. I'm not certain of what's going to be happening with my mom. I just lost my father. It's just a lot. So I just ask that you please, please, please keep my family in your prayers. I'm going to keep my prayers, sending out them to your family. Why am I talking like that? I am going to keep your families in my prayers and sending my prayers out to all of you as well as always. Thank you for supporting my videos as always. I appreciate the feedback. Anything that you would like to let me know, please let me know in the comments. Message me, laugh with me. I am going to do another video tonight. I am going to be cooking. I'm trying to organize it. I kind of want to do a thing where I'm cooking and just kind of talking with my friends while doing it, and just kind of talking about some topics, a little, chat in the kitchen with some drinks, whatever type of stuff, kind of doing it virtually. So thank you for watching. Please like it, please share it, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.